It's Scoop Nashville is an Instagram page that documents all the worst behavior in Nashville. I have decided to report on this because I see their post all the time, and as someone who lives and works in the Nashville area, I find these posts and stories particularly juicy.
What do you mean by that?
So today, we're going to go through some of the most intriguing or just silly posts just from January of 2023, and depending on how it goes or if you all like it, either or, I don't know. Maybe I'll make it a weekly thing, monthly thing. Maybe it'll be a daily thing. Maybe it'll become this entire show. I don't know.
Yeah, no.
Probably not. But yeah, here goes nothing.
Derapy.
All right, first story that we have is from January 3rd. Now, the caption is Tourist Adam Perkins punches cop twice.
2.
Free on pretrial release. I didn't know that they did this actually until I started reading this post. They added the person. Like, they tagged the person that was arrested. That's crazy. So apparently their name is Adam Perkins, and their @ is Real Perk Daddy, which sounds like it sounds like somebody that sells perks and doesn't care that you know that they do. But this is the story of Real Perk Daddy. 33-year-old North Carolina tourist Adam Perkins caught the attention of Metro Nashville police after he was observed walking in traffic at 5th and Broadway late Saturday night. As officers approached to check on his welfare, it was immediately apparent he was extremely intoxicated. Officers attempted to guide him out of the road and back to the sideway, but Perkins refused. He began to yell and scream at officers and punched Sergeant Eric Petluski in the chest twice while screaming, "Take me to jail!" It's not funny. But he did, I mean, you get what you asked for. As officers were taking Perkins into custody, he pulled away from officers and kicked at the windows inside the patrol car until he was placed into hobble restraints for transport. Punching a cop in the chest is crazy. Twice. And also just the sheer audacity, the testicular fortitude it must take to punch a cop in the chest twice. And first of all, this is privilege, okay? Because if I punched a cop in the chest twice, I would just assume that I was going to get shot and die. But you know what? I decided that this is going to be a part of the YouTube show. So here's a picture of the guy. He looks like the type of person that would punch somebody in the chest. And I mean that kind of as a compliment, believe it or not. The fact that he's still alive is, it's commendable. Like, good for you, If I thought I could get away with punching a cop in the chest.
Don't let the intrusive thoughts win.
Violence is never the answer, is the point. Quick shout out to whoever runs the It's Scoop Nashville page. I really love the captions. I wonder if this person went to school for journalism. So here's what they write about our next person here. Florida man Matthew Shin pulls shirt over bouncer's head and punches him.
Damn.
And they at the guy. They once again at the person that they're talking about. That's bold. I don't know. Well, if they can get away with it, then I can get away with talking about it. 33-year-old Florida man Matthew Shin faces multiple charges after police say he flipped a middle finger to staff at Nudi's Honky Tonk Friday night before getting into a fight. This was posted on January 4th, by the way. He got into a fight with a bouncer whose name is Buck Buchanan. That sounds like a tough name. Like, if someone said, "What's the name of that bouncer over there?" and you were like, "Buck Buchanan," I would have been like, that probably would have been my second guess. So after Shin was asked to leave for his disruptive, quote-unquote, rude and obscene behavior, he chest bumped Buchanan twice. And after the bouncer fell to the floor, hold up. Okay. Flips off the staff, gets into a fight with the bouncer. Bouncer asks him to leave. Chest bumps the bouncer so hard that he falls to the floor. That's kind of gangster. I'm not going to lie. But then pulls the bouncer's shirt over his head and starts punching him. Oh, excuse me. Shin pulled the victim's shirt over his head and punched him twice, leaving him with visible injuries. That's pretty cold, man. But that sounds like some Florida man shenanigans. I'm not going to hold you. But when you look at this guy, he looks like he's highly capable of some Florida man shenanigans. The beard goes pretty hard. He's got a little bit of a smirk in the mugshot. I'm not going to lie. And I'm not trying to get on this bouncer. I'm sure that he's very good at his job. But you can't be going down off a chest bump, bro. But I get it, If you're a bouncer, you're probably expected to be sober on the job. And when you drink too much, you get like a certain strength, a certain confidence about you. So a chest bump can really do some damage. But, better luck next time, brother. So this is a post from January 4th. Kristen Blankenship Austin punches boyfriend until he's bloody in a Nashville hotel room. Jesus Christ. And of course, they got her at here. Now, even though they have these people's at under the caption, 9 times out of 10, if you go to their Instagram page, it's private, which makes sense. Like, it certainly should be. But, oh my goodness. You go to her page, it says, Mama of 3 and lucky to be. Well, shame. Probably not after what we're about to read, but let's see. So, 39-year-old Kristen Blankenship Austin is charged with the assault of her boyfriend, Kyle Simmons, at a downtown Nashville hotel. The two were out exploring downtown Friday night, and as they returned to their hotel room, they began to argue. During the walk back to the room, Kristen reportedly hit Kyle in the back of the head, and he informed her he was gathering his things and leaving. Once both were in the room, he says she punched him in the mouth and hit him in the back of the head again as he was collecting his belongings. During the struggle, his finger was also jammed. Ooh, God. His finger was also slammed in a door. Officers documented blood on his mouth and that his finger was injured. Kristen was determined to be the primary aggressor and was charged with domestic assault and transported to booking. Now, you see the mugshot, when you look at her face, she doesn't seem injured. And I gotta kudos to Kyle here. I think one of the main reasons why I am sharing this one with you, I don't find it particularly silly or entertaining, but I think it's just important to note that there are some women out here beating up men. I don't really know what the argument was about. I don't really think it matters all that much. The fact of the matter is she's hitting him in the back of the head, cheap shot, by the way, hits him in the mouth, hits him while he's trying to leave. His finger got slammed in a door. Dude, I'd take a couple hits to the jaw or the back of the head if we're just talking about slaps or fists. I would take a handful of those over getting my finger slammed in a door. Like, that's going to stick with you for a bit. You can't just ice that one out. So, thoughts and prayers for our boy Kyle here. And I commend him for not swinging back on her. You know, maybe he was thinking of the kids. Maybe he was thinking of them in the long term. But, I mean, he did tell on her.
Like he told the police about her.
And I hope she sits
in jail.
I hope her kids are all right.
Yeah.
Ugh. Based on what I'm seeing, this looks petty. So this is from January 4th. Anthony Giglio stabs his girlfriend's tire when she's trying to leave him. And they tag him. And his profile is not private. Honestly, kind of respect it. But here's what's going on. Well, we'll see. I don't know what happened fully yet. So police say 42-year-old Anthony Giglio threw the phone of his girlfriend, Petra Bougie. Who? I think her name is actually Bougie?
Bougie?
I gotta be saying that wrong. We're gonna call her Bougie. Against a wall. So he throws her phone against the wall and uses a kitchen knife to stab the tire of her vehicle on a Tuesday afternoon. So they tagged the girl too. Hold on, let me see. Nah, her Instagram is gone. Yeah, that's fair. Now, she says she went to her boyfriend's home to pick up her belongings, and he began to yell at her and took the phone from her hands and threw it against the wall. That is so whack, bro. When she went to retrieve her phone, he reportedly got between her and the door and refused to let her leave the residence. She escaped out the back door of the home, and as she came around the corner, she witnessed him using a kitchen knife to stab her tire. She got into her car, locked the doors, and waited for the police to arrive. This is bad, bro. This is not a good look. Let me look at this man. I don't who's this picture of his guy they added next to him? I don't know. Maybe that's him on a good day. Maybe that's like his doppelganger. I don't know. Look at this dude. Anthony. What kind of name is Giglio? Anyways, throwing somebody's phone up against a wall was like really, really whack. I'm trying to think if that's more or less whack. Well, here's the thing. Stabbing somebody's tire with a kitchen knife is really whack because you're trying to keep them from going somewhere. Very toxic, very like manipulative, low-key kind of scary if you're trying to keep somebody with you when they're clearly trying to leave. But when it comes to like the damage that's done by breaking somebody's phone, like what if they don't have their stuff backed up? What if they still have $800 left that they owe on the phone? You can tell I used to work for a wireless carrier company. Look,
we don't care.
It's all bad. So it says that she got into her car, locked the door, and waited for the police to arrive. There's a full story here somewhere. I don't feel like looking it up. I just want to assume that our boy got locked up. But as I say that, I go to his Instagram, and of course, even though this happened in January, he was posting 3 days ago. He's an artist, and he's with some girl. This is interesting. I want to do like a deep dive into this man's life and figure out like what led him to that point and what came after. I don't know. But the point is, avoid this man at all costs. If you're out here swiping left or right on any one of these apps and you see this man, just know that if you ever try to leave him, he's coming for your tires with a butter knife. So watch out. All right, so this is actually funny. So I thought it was going to be hard to find like a bunch of different stories. I'm still on January 4th post, but these are so interesting to me. So a Mr. Hudson Harrell, charged with a DUI, which is always great, wants to take more tests, blows double legal limit. What an incredible headline. Like, they really don't bury the lead here. I dig it. So police say 22-year-old Hudson Harrell crashed his 2016 Infiniti Q50, sounds expensive, on I-24 in the early hours of a Monday morning after drinking in downtown Nashville. He told police he was quote-unquote unsure how his car ended up in a ditch, but stated he consumed quote-unquote 1 to 2 drinks prior to driving. Yeah, I don't
Get some water.
Yeah, dude, I don't know how my car ended up in a ditch, but dog, I had like 1 or 2 drinks. We're talking a shot or 2 tops, like approximately 2 brewskis. I don't know about that one, Chief. After he was under arrest, he repeatedly asked to take more tests. Once at booking, they granted his wish with a breathalyzer on which he blew a 0.180% BAC, more than double the legal limit to drive. The caucasity. Okay, so here's our man's picture. No tag for him, but just imagine. You've already been arrested. It's clear you have a DUI. You get booked. He's like, nah, y'all are definitely tripping. I know I said I don't remember how my car ended up in a ditch. I know that I've already admitted to drinking, but give me another test, bro. Like, just give me one more shot. I studied. Blows double the legal limit. I think the legal limit is, editor Derek, tell me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure it's 0.08.
Correct!
Dude is at 0.18. Like, it's kind of a lot. It's kind of like a whole lot. I don't know, man. Maybe he's trolling, but the cops certainly were not. All right, this one's a banger. Posted on January 5th. A Mr. Hunter Edwards pushes through ex-girlfriend's window and exclaims, "You ghosted me!" Police say 26-year-old Eric Hunter Edwards pushed an air conditioner unit into the apartment of his ex-girlfriend who was inside. Then he crawled through the opening, stood up, and exclaimed,
"You ghosted me."
His ex-girlfriend, Avery Porter, says he refused to leave and she called 911. As she was placing the call, Hunter reportedly called her Oh, that's in poor taste. She was able to record him breaking through the opening and showed the video to officers. During an interview, Edwards told officers he came through the front door.
Yo!
That it wasn't him.
It's not funny. It's really not funny.
Despite that he was still wearing the same clothes as he was in the video. So she gets this man in 4K pushing his way through the window, screaming that she ghosted him, and then tells the cops, no, bro, I came right through the front door. While he's talking to the cops, he's wearing the same thing he was wearing when he broke in.
Nigga, did you know that I can see you?
We got to do better than that. Here's the thing. Here's what's fascinating about this. Not just the exclamations, not just the situation, not just the absurdity of the discourse with the police. This man's 26.
How do you do that? How do you do that?
And like, I'm 26. And I just wonder what could have happened in my life. You know, butterfly effect, one missed red light, one wrong turn, one extra drink. Could I have ended up like Hunter Edwards, you know? Screaming at my lovely wife that she in fact ghosted me and then pretending like I didn't. Use of words that describe the mentally impaired to insult somebody, not cool, man. It's 2023. We got to be better in like so many different ways. So on January 5th, LaShawn Howard blocks in ex-boyfriend, quote, "I didn't forget the bullets at home this time."
Damn, son.
19-year-old LaShawn Howard located her ex-boyfriend Thomas Smith on New Year's Eve in the parking lot of his apartment complex and used her vehicle to block him in to prevent him from driving away. She then approached his vehicle, told him she wasn't playing around, threatened to slash his tires, and waved a knife towards him. She then opened her other hand to display several rounds of ammunition and told him she didn't forget the bullets at home this time. He then backed into her car in an effort to escape the situation. This is crazy. This sounds like something out of a movie. And her mugshot is gold. It's like,
And I do it again.
I kind of dig the look. The hair, the glasses,
Settle down.
the look of indifference. To threaten somebody with a handful of bullets and not even the gun is like some real, like, gangster shit. I'm not even gonna hold you. Blocked him in with the double park maneuver, pulled up with the knife, threatened to slash the tires, told him she wasn't playing around and she didn't forget the bullets at home this time. There's so much more to this. Like, I need to know it all. I need a mini series on this one. Post from January 6th, a completely insignificant day in American history. Troy Garrett pushes girlfriend to ground after each searches the other's phone. Okay, this has nothing to do with the story or really this post, but can we just not go through each other's phone? If you even feel like you have to do it, something's already wrong. Like, trust your person. Anyways, 19-year-old Troy Cole, Garrett is in parentheses for some reason, is charged with the domestic assault of his girl, Zatia Dixon, after admitting to pushing her to the ground as each scrolled through the other person's phone. The incident occurred on January 2nd, and he says Zatia accused him of cheating. While searching his phone, the victim says Troy became upset as he was scrolling through her phone too and pushed her to the ground. I want to know what was on her phone. I'm not saying that anything warrants shoving your girl, but can we know? I just want to know. Don't you want to know? I want to know. His isn't here, because if it was, I'd low-key tell somebody to DM him and ask what he saw. It wouldn't make it okay, but at least we'd get the full story. All right, so the last post that we are going to look at today was posted on January 9th, and the story itself isn't that interesting, but the mug, when you see it, you're going to be like, brother. It's a Jaden Windsor. Mr. Jaden Windsor fights with bouncers after kicked from Whiskey Row Bar in Nashville, and we definitely got a tag here. What's crazy is you go to his profile, it says he's PMA district manager. Yikes. Still? Police say tourist Anthony Jaden Windsor was in a physical altercation with a bouncer at Whiskey Row in downtown Nashville just before 1 a.m. on a Saturday. Officers observed the fight and intervened, separating both parties. Windsor showed signs of extreme intoxication and reeked of alcohol. As officers attempted to take Jade Windsor into custody for public intoxication, he pulled his arms away and flailed about with his arms and legs. After a brief struggle, he was taken into custody and transported to jail, where he took probably the cheesiest mugshot I've ever seen.
This is just dead air. It's just podcast noises.
Dude, that was like 1 week of posts on It's Scoop Nashville. I have a lot of catching up to do. The more I did it, the more I kind of got into it. If you like episodes like this, news shows like this, let me know. Big shout out to It's Scoop Nashville. I'm going to leave a link in the description. I'm sure they wouldn't mind the extra exposure, but they're doing pretty well. They have over 100,000 followers on Instagram. It's kind of a big deal. But thank you for tapping into this episode of Derapy News. Love you, mean it. Enjoy my outro. Thank you so much for joining me in Derapy today. New sessions every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Give me 5 stars on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Subscribe to my YouTube. It's free. And shout out Lobo for the beat.
Yes! Come to Papa!
Might just quit my job, but it's really not too hard, but it be draining me. She hate to see a place that do be paying me, but playing me. Need some advice, clock out and go home and talk to the wife. She's so supportive and trust I do right, but I don't want the judgment or shame that comes with the game of jumping ship too early. Beat is bumping Shirley, need that grease is curly. Talking about my hair is thick just like my kid's hair, but not till 30. Getting ahead of myself. Talking like there's 2 of me, but peep my podcast art, I'm working like it's triple overtime. I will go cuckoo for mine, all my dreams they are sublime. Wanted fame since I was 9, Lobo cooked this up divine. We go deeper, feel the vibe, we don't stop at season 3, feel like we is season 5. I'm at the peak of my power, I see prey I devour. If it's chess I'm the tower, thinking deep when I hit the shower. Dark thoughts, anxiety, I beat it all. Try again, then positive vibes, I let them in. Come join the boy, let's settle in. Keep it going hard, that's sediment. I do a lot with a few words, and that's like revenant. And that's funny, cause I'm a Leo. That's your ironic.
Why?
I don't believe in the signs, but I know I'm a star. Sun or moon, I'm like tune in, but don't look up. That's another Leo reference. Now you shook up. Girls say men are dogs, but I just be in the yard.